Hi guys, welcome back to the video. Today, in today's reading, I have been guided to do, well, it's been on my mind a lot lately, just to kind of focus on the question of what triggers the sense of unworthiness within us. Like what triggers the sense of we're not worthy of, whether it's love, abundance, or anything that's good and beneficial for our growth and getting in touch with our deepest selves. So that is the question that I'm asking today. And so this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And we'll start with pile 1. We'll jump right on in here with the question of what, for those of you who chose pile 3, what spirit triggers a sense of unworthiness in pile 1? What triggers that sense of not feeling worthy? Because when we can kind of identify what those things are, what the things are inside that trigger, whether it's outside forces or things within our own selves, what triggers that sense of unworthiness or feeling less than, then we'll be able to tackle it and kind of confront those lies with the truth. So what triggers a sense of unworthiness in pile 1? Okay, so we got the 8 of inspiration. We got the sun. And if these come out in reverse, I'm going to turn them upright just so that I can read them better. Got the 4 of emotions. Got the ace of emotions. Got the 4 of inspiration. Got a lot of 8s and 4s here. We have the 6 of emotion. Oh, wow. The magician. The 3 of materials. Eight of voices. That came first. And the page of inspiration. Make sure you can see all these. Yeah. What triggers pile 1's sense of unworthiness? Can you see that? Okay. Okay. What triggers your sense of pile 1 sense of unworthiness? Okay, so I'm getting someone who starts off full blazes going forward, full speed ahead. You can be kind of on a mission, have your goals set in front of you, have your your idea set, have your goals aligned, or kind of working towards something and you're totally sure about it. And you kind of feel illuminated by it all. And you, in a lot of ways, you feel like, hey, this comes from within. This is like what I'm supposed to be going towards. But then all of a sudden, you kind of you kind of start doubting yourself. What triggers that unworthiness? I'm getting like a past, maybe some of you had a past of alcohol abuse or some kind of substance abuse that kind of lingers, or kind of maybe the environment that you were raised in was filled with this sort of unstable energy, or unstable kind of, energy upbringing. And because of that, because of those wounds of whoever in your upbringing engaged in heavy substance abuse, whether it's alcohol or whatnot, you wonder if you're enough, if you're maybe like those memories of those memories of kind of growing up and seeing someone in your childhood or upbringing that didn't really have it together for whatever reason, that wasn't stable, wasn't solid. And that can kind of stop you in your tracks, because maybe you feel like, because, your caregiver's mom, or, mom or dad, I'm hearing mom strongly, wasn't in a position to give you that support, to instill in you the tenacity and the stick to itiveness. I don't know if that's a word, but just to instill in you that kind of drive to continue, because they couldn't, even do it themselves. That triggers your sense of self-worth. And it's like you and the Ace of Emotions, why is this here? It's like, it's like, again, like you'll get started, you'll have this bright idea, or you'll like work towards something, and it's almost like I'm getting kind of emotional here, but it's almost like the truth that's within you, this child that kind of has the world in her hands. Looking at this card right here, this is so cool. But I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's like she has kind of like this, holding this image, this mirror with this like almost kind of like her inner self, like her inner spirit that's just ready to go. No cares in the world. She's got bright ideas. She's pretend, she can be anything she wants to be: a pilot, a world traveler, a swimmer, a dreamer. Like, and it's right next to the magician. Like, she can create whatever. And you get ready, it's like, that that's in there. But then, yeah, like the triggers of those wounds to yourself because of not having a strong mother figure. I keep hearing mother. I keep getting mother for some reason. Having a mom who was strong and had self-control and could handle, whatever was going on with her, that unfortunately, because she couldn't instill that kind of, what is the word I'm looking for? What is the word, Spirit? She couldn't instill that drive for the long haul, to kind of stick with it and don't give up no matter what. Kind of fix your eyes on the goal and go, with the flow, but with purpose and direction, that you're still something. What triggers that sense of unworthiness? Yeah, you reflecting back on what your mom, because of their addiction, because of their pain, and not being able to give you what you deserve because they couldn't give it to themselves, that kind of triggers a sense of unworthiness in you. And you kind of go in your head and start listening to all these lies and all these, this self-talk that keeps you from following through and kind of really standing in your power, really following your intuition, really, before you even get started good. It's like whenever you're in a situation that, or whatever the situation you're in, is like, before you can even get going good, there are some times when that inner child wound, not having that guidance from the adults in your life, from your caregivers, to kind of help you get to a space of completion and fulfillment. And that triggers that past, triggers that sense of unworthiness inside of you. But what do you need to know? What can help you when you have that trigger? I think just, what is something that can, when that inner child wound triggers your sense of unworthiness, what can help you kind of get out of that space? Find balance and trust that you got it. You won't have more than you can handle, and that you only need to rely on your inner strength, your stability, your foundation that you create, because that is what's going to help you to create the abundance that you desire, the materials, the financial security and stability, inside and outside. So when you have those triggers, just trust in, oh my gosh, yeah, trust in your ability to manifest that you have the abundance within you. So whenever you have those, whenever you're triggered with that sense of unworthiness from your childhood or from your upbringing, you're being asked to redirect those thoughts. Redirect those thoughts into, okay, so no longer, I'm not a child, a little girl anymore that, needs, or little boy, whatever gender, but I'm not this child anymore that, I can kind of say to myself, I'm sorry. Like you can forgive, you can say sorry to that little girl within you, that fierce girl who wants to conquer the world, who wants to complete whatever she sets her task out, whatever task she sets herself out to, that you can go within. And when you're triggered, you say that I'm getting that whole no prayer coming in. Like, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. Like, say, I'm sorry to that little girl who feels unworthy, and tell her that she is abundant, and forgive her, forgive that, like, ask her to forgive you for allowing yourself to kind of wallow in that place and not guide yourself forward when you feel that sense. But yeah, like, ask her for forgiveness, that your inner self, your inner child, and thank her for surviving to where you are now. Like, you're powerful. Look at this, Empress. You're powerful. You have abundance, the universe within. You have the ability to connect to higher energies that, because of, unfortunately, sometimes when we go through hard things as a child, like, that opens us up to experience, to be able to tap into that inner wisdom and be the light for others. So I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you. I love you. Say that to yourself. Those things that the little girl didn't hear as much growing up, or little boy didn't hear as much, So yeah, when you're triggered with that sense of unworthiness, just remember the abundance that you have within, that you have a powerful intuition, you have a nurturing spirit, and you can nurture yourself and find people who will support you in whatever it is that you need to heal, and surround yourself with people who, help you to grow into, or help you to overcome that sense, help you to step into your full power. Okay, let me get an oracle card here to sum it all up. Here, let's do this oracle. Just to sum it all up. This energy for pile 1. What will sum up this energy here? So, assessing. So yeah, you're being asked to trust your intuition, trust your deep knowing. Go, close your, when you're alone or meditating, you close your eyes and you trust that, not only trust, but know that you're connected to everything you're connected to everything, and that I'm looking at her, looking through. It's like, yeah, just keep your eyes focused on what it is that bring you fulfillment, what it is that fills you up. And at the moment, and assess your surroundings, assess what's going on around you, and figure out if it's helping you to move forward whenever you feel that sense of unworthiness creep in. Like, assess, just what's going on in my world, what's going on around me, what's going on inside. Like, just kind of take back and do a self-assessment inside and then outside, and let that move you forward to healing and knowing when you're triggered, knowing when that comes up. Okay, I hope that makes sense and was helpful. All right, that's okay. So for pile 1, if anything resonates, pile 1, just let me know in the comments below if you feel so moved. All right. Pile 2. All right, pile 2. What triggers a sense of unworthiness in you? What triggers your sense of unworthiness? There are so many things outside and inside that can kind of trigger us and make us feel like we're not good enough or we don't have what it takes. But it's all lies. So what is it for pile 2? What triggers pile 2's sense of unworthiness? What can what puts the finger on that sore spot and triggers that sense of unworthiness here? Okay. Got the Knight of Swords, King of Swords in reverse. Got Judgment. Got the Knight of Pentacles. The Two of Wands. Got the Emperor in reverse. The Knight of Cups. Got the Page of Wands. Got the Ten of Swords. We got the Eight of Wands in reverse. And we got the Queen of Swords in reverse. It's interesting. We got the Queen of Swords in reverse and the King of Swords in reverse. See, can you see all these? Okay. So what is it that triggers pile 2's sense of, sense of unworthiness? Okay, so for pile 2, what triggers your sense of unworthiness is fear. I'm hearing when something happens that make you afraid or doubt, almost kind of like what's happening in the world with this pandemic I'm getting. When things aren't in balance, when things are kind of going with the routines in your life, like when your routine is kind of shaken up, like that's what I'm getting. Oh my gosh, when your routine is kind of like thrown off kilter, because it's like you want to be in control, you want to have major control over your surroundings and over what's going on in your life. You want to, like, I'm getting the sense with pile 2, you want to, you're used to calling the shots. You're used to kind of taking charge and knowing. I'm seeing like a schedule here, kind of like you're one of those people who kind of plan things out and know, because it helps you to feel secure. It helps you to feel in control. And so when something comes along, like what's happening in the world right now, and shakes everything up and makes everything unbalanced and not, it kind of throws you off kilter in a way and messes up your routine where you don't know how, next week's going to pan out, or the week after that, or next month, because you're so used to planning. I'm hearing spreadsheets, like maybe some of you like, putting everything in spreadsheets. But it's like when things aren't in order, then your sense of I'm not enough starts to bubble up. Then you start kind of being hard on yourself. You revert back to unhealthy coping mechanisms, I'm hearing. And yeah, you just feel like when you don't feel like you have, when we really don't have control. We barely can, it takes a lot of effort to control ourselves. And I was teaching second grade, and one of the things I had to tell them over and over again, because they were so busy minding everyone else's business and minding what everyone else's actions were, that they weren't tending to themselves and their own work and their own behavior. And I would say over and over again, row your own boat. Just row your own boat. It's hard enough to row our own boat, to deal with ourselves. How are we going to row somebody else's boat and guide their boat? I don't know why that just came in, but it did. And so, yeah, what triggers your sense of unworthiness? You feel like you're not enough when your life and your days and your weeks aren't planned out to the T. And it's like, yeah, that's what makes pile 2 feels unworthy. That's what triggers your sense of unworthiness. Because then it's like, how am I going to, then you start spiraling in your thoughts. Like, okay, nothing's okay. Like, how am I gonna, 401k, am I gonna have that? I don't know why I'm hearing that. I'm sorry for laugh, but I'm just hearing like, what's gonna happen to my 401k? Like, oh my gosh, like I'm not, oh my gosh, like this is gonna, that jacks up your sense of worth, for lack of a better word. That messes up your sense of worth when you don't know, when just the flow of just the material world as it is, as it's going now, and or as it has been, because so much is changing right now. But as the stock market, 401ks, uh, how you get your check, income tax, I don't know, I'm getting all that. Like when there's like this insecurity in that, and it's shaken up, and you don't know, nothing, nothing you plan, your world is all out of balance, all out of whack, because nothing can fit in your spreadsheet anymore. That it makes you feel not good enough. It makes you feel unworthy. It makes you feel depressed. And but it also kind of softens you a bit. I don't know why I just got that. It also kind of softens you a bit, because when you have everything planned out, it's like, everything's in order. Bam, 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 bam. You can almost be like cold and kind of demanding. But when everything's not in order, for whatever reason, things don't go according to your plan, because you, pal, too, you're planners. Like well, I wish I had a little bit of that energy that you have, because what I'm getting is like, whoa, like you like to plan things out. You like to have your T's dotted, or your T's dotted. That shows you how much of a planner I am. But like you have your T's crossed, your I's dotted, like you have things set. And when things don't go according to plan, that triggers your sense of worth. You start to question what you're good for. So yeah, but just know that regardless of what's going on around you, however the world changes, you got to loosen your grip. And I'm not saying like not plan and not, because you, pal, too, wouldn't be able to just kind of like completely just throw caution to the wind. But I'm not saying not have a plan, and not, organize your life. But when you put too much stock in that, almost like your spreadsheet is your God, your bank account is your God, your 401k is your, like, if that's where you put your hope, in those kind of very insecure things, because it can change at any moment. Like, if anything, the last few months have shown us that so much that we put stock in can be gone like that, like in a moment. And then who are we? If everything is stripped away, if our 401k is stripped away, if our spreadsheets are stripped away, and we have like, then who are we? Who are you? Who are you when all that's gone? So that's kind of what I'm getting. Like just whenever you feel like things are out of control, out of whack, and things aren't going to plan, and even what you write down, like your list, is just kind of like, whoa. Like I planned this out last year to the T, and I just knew, but for whatever reason, because you put so much energy into making that be your end all, or your sense, a heavy sense of worth for you, you're realizing, or that, when that changes, you start to feel bad about yourself. And yeah, and that's not healthy. Your sense of worth, you're worthy no matter what. Let's see, what is Let's see, what is something encouraging that can sum up the energy for pile 2 when you feel that sense of unworthiness creep in because things aren't going according to your plan. So we got growth. Can you guys see that? Oop, sorry for the shaky camera. Yeah. So what does it say here? So pile 2. Yeah, you're being, what will help you when you are triggered by the insecurity of your physical environment, or, you know, things don't go according to plan. It's like you guys are working on growth. A lot of you are trying to grow in this area and be freer. And throw caution to the wind. I'm getting that. So you're being asked to, like, yeah, have moments where you just kind of let loose and just kind of be chaotic for a while. Like there's a chaotic good. Kind of go with the flow where it takes you, and feel the serenity and the freedom. Yeah, the freedom from like the harsh judgments that you have that you have going on in your head when you don't feel worth anything because, you know, nothing's going according to your plan. Let go, take a step back, and just kind of lean into the chaos a bit, and trust that when you do that, that's going to help you grow, and that's going to help you. That will help you to feel, not let your outward circumstances dictate how you feel about yourself, because no matter what's going on around you, you're standing firm. You know, you're standing firm in yourself and in what and knowing your worth and growing through whatever's going on around you, whatever the challenges are. Again, being that beautiful calmness in the storm, in the eye of the storm, that you're sitting still and you're kind of taking it in a beautiful stride. I don't know that's what I got. So yeah. So yeah, that's what triggers your sense of worth, pile 2, sorry. All right, if that resonates at all, please let me know, pile 2, in the comments below if you feel so inclined and moved. All right. Okay. Pile 3. Some bits and pieces. Pile 3. What triggers your sense of worthiness? Pile 3. What is it that can make you feel like you're not good enough, like you're not worth anything? Enlighten us, Spirit. What is it for pile 3 that triggers their sense of worthiness? Okay, them bones. Got the Son of Knives in reverse. I'm not going to read reverse. Well, I'm going to go by the feel that it gives me. Got Bishop C.H. Mason. And this is the Hoodoo Tarot. The Three of Coins. And the Mother of Baskets in reverse. That came in reverse. I'm not. The Three of Baskets. Six of Sticks, or the Six of Wands. The Two of Baskets. The Father of Sticks. And the Eight of Knives. Pile 3, what triggers your sense of worthiness? What triggers your sense of unworthiness, I should say, or I'm asking. What triggers pile 3's sense of unworthiness? Okay, let me look in here because some of these I forget. So Bishop C.H. Mason, he represents the Bishop C.H. Mason represents the Hierophant, and the bones represent Judgment. Okay. So pile 3, what triggers your sense of unworthiness? What is it? I'm hearing family. Your family, pile 3, can trigger your sense of worth. Yeah, I'm hearing like being around your family. Maybe it's like just an unhealthy communication dynamic in your family, pile 3. Like you feel judged, not good enough. And you know, whenever you're around them, it's like either what's going on with family members, like whether it's almost kind of like you take on the energy of your family around you, whether it, so if, you know, you have an uncle or a brother or someone who is in a bad place emotionally or with the law or whatever, it's kind of like you can take on that energy if you're not careful, and it can trigger your sense of self-worth. It can make you feel like, gosh, like, will I ever be great? Like, look at what I come from. Look at the decisions that my family members are making. And even you, make poor decisions sometimes. But yeah, what triggers your sense of worth is your sense of unworthiness. What shakes your sense of worth is your family dynamic. Like you get judged by them. It's almost like if you do anything, like there's this sense of, sometimes you feel like, gosh, like nothing I do is right. Nothing I do is right. Like I try to do this, or I try to set this up, but there's always some kind of judgment. There's always some kind of distaste in somebody's mouth. Someone has to say something that and then you feel like it's almost like the winds are out of your sails. Like they can really, I'm hearing a lot about families, like how they talk to you, their actions, when you're around them or you're doing something, it's like, yeah, they can trigger really bad your sense of worth. So that lack of nurture, that lack of tenderness, can make you feel like, what, am I good enough? Like, am I worth anything? And I'm hearing you're wise. Like you're wise I'm hearing you're a wise person. Like I'm hearing that, yeah, especially with the Hierophant, I'm hearing that you are a wise person. You like to study, like to learn new things, are open to open for growth, but it's like, yeah, that's what I'm getting. Pile 3. It's like your family has a really really big influence over how you see yourself, your self-worth. And it can be quite unhealthy at times, because it's like you give them that power, like you give them the power to kind of make you feel like you, because of how you kind of respond to them, or what kind of responses you give to them. It's kind of like they feed off that. So if you're feeling like, if they're saying something that makes you feel unworthy or not good enough, it's like they can sense it, and they'll just keep prodding and keep poking until you're just feeling bad about yourself. And then like you're all twisted up and not sure where to go. It's like you have so many like options, but it's like you can feel trapped at times because of the power that you give to your family over you, the power that they have over you, that you give them over you, because you really, you're in like you have control of yourself. You can say when, you can say who, you can say how much, you can say, but it's like because it's so long, it's because, it's kind of been a pattern, what you used to. They can say one little thing, like just one little thing to get under your skin and make you question your sense of self-worth and your sense of if you're good enough, if you're deserving. But know that you are deserving, but just know that whatever's going on in your family, yeah, whenever they get like that, whenever they start to make you feel that way, you need to stand your ground and not give into it, not allow it to shake you up and doubt yourself, because you're a wise person and you know what's best for you. You know what will make you happy and fulfilled. But yeah, so pile 3, that's what I got for you. What triggers your sense of worthiness is your family. Like, yeah, and how they respond to you and the dynamic. Anything else? Yeah, just take time whenever you feel that way. If you stay with your family, if you live with them and you start to get triggered, just go outside, go take deep breaths, go out in nature, go take a hike, go for a walk, bike ride, whatever it is. Go out in nature and kind of release and not take on that energy, release and take the energy from outside and from nature that is neutral and that doesn't kind of poke and prod at you or judge you or make you feel less than. Like, take on the energy of Mother Earth and the abundant love that she gives us when we're outside and we're able to breathe and feel the earth under our feet and kind of connect with our inner selves and know that we are worthy, like, and know that you are worthy, pile 3. Know that you deserve the best. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to feel stable and secure and protected. And you have to find that within yourself and look for ways to kind of ground yourself when you feel kind of attacked in any way, when family members pop off. So let's see, what is some encouragement to top off this energy with the oracle cards here. Oops. Pile 3. So when you feel unworthy, modify. Okay. Yeah. So change your scenery. Like, if you have the freedom to change your scenery, what's around you, whether it's going off in a room by yourself to read, an escape in some book for a while, to kind of lose yourself in a book, to kind of stay away from the distractions or the energy of what's going on, at home or in your family, or just change how much time you spend with those who make you question your sense of worth. Like, you have abundant beautiful energy. And you have to realize, like, who you invite in your space can affect that if you don't protect yourself, if you don't kind of guard that beautiful energy that you have. And so, yeah, just don't be afraid to change your environment, to change your space, to remove yourself from situations that doesn't serve your highest good, that doesn't make you feel good. Like, you want to be around those who bring out the best in you, who make you feel good, you know? And in order to do that, you have to make sure you're taking care of yourself and doing that for yourself. But yeah, change your environment if you can. Go off and read a book in your room to escape if you can. I remember I don't know why that came to my mind, but I remember being able to do that sometimes in my environment. Just go read. I would go to the library and just go read for a while and kind of take a break from my environment so that I can have the energy and strength to kind of go back in. But yeah, modify. Don't be afraid to change your environment, your space, and surround yourself with those who bring your energy up instead of those who suck it away and make you feel like you're less than or you're not worthy, because you are. Okay, pile 3. Okay, if that resonates at all, please let me know in the comments below, pile 3, if you feel so inclined. And thank you guys for watching, and have a good rest of the time that you have after you watch this, I guess. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Bye.